let's suppose we want to multiply 448 by 23, say. Okay, now let's take the smaller number first, which is 23, the smaller of these two numbers that we have to multiply together. Now, what is 23? 23 is 2 tens, which is 20, plus 3 ones. So let's first of all break this down, and let's do 20 times 448. So 448 multiplied by 20. Well, we put a 0 down here because we're dealing in tens, and then let's say 2 eights. What is that? That's 16, which is 6 ones and 1 10, and I'll put the 10 just underneath here, underneath this line. And what about 2 fours? 2 fours are 8, but we've also got 2 fours are 8, but we've also got a 1 down here. 8 plus 1 is 9. And what about 2 fours again? That's 8. We haven't got anything down here, so that's 8. So 20 multiplied by 448 is 8,960, which is exactly right, because 2 times 448 is about 896 multiplied by 10, 8,960. Now let's do the ones. 448 multiplied by 3 ones. Well, 3 eights are 24, which is 4 ones, and again, just underneath I'll write 2 tens. Now let's do the tens. 3 fours are 12, and then we've got another 10 here, which is 14 tens, which is 4 lots of 1 tens and 1 lots of 100. And what about here? 4 times 3 again is 12, but we've also got 1 down here, so 12 plus 1, it gives us 13. So because 20 plus 3 is 23, we're multiplying 20 lots of 448s and 3 lots of 448s, and adding them together will give us the number that we want. So all we have to do is to write 8960 and then just do the sum as we did before. Plus 1, 3, 4, 4. The ones, we've got 4 ones, we've got 10 tens, which is 0, 1 lots of 10 plus 1, 10 lots of 10. And here we've got 9 plus 3 plus 1, which is 13, which is 3, and 1 lots of 10 times. 8 plus 1 is 9, and 1 here is 10. So we've got 10, 10304, which is 10,304. And so 23 times 448 is 10,304. Now what about division? Well, let's suppose I wanted to divide 448 again. Take 448, and this time I wanted to divide it by, let's suppose, 28. How would I do that? Well, there are many ways, many techniques for doing division, but let me just show you how I would do this division. This is one way, but if you've been taught a different way, just go ahead and do it. First of all, I write down again 448, and then I put this sort of symbol here. That's how I learned to do it when I was young, and 28 out here. Now I want to divide 28 into 448. Well, how many times, first of all, does 28 go into 4? Well, it doesn't. Okay, so how many times does 28 go into 44? Well, 128 is 28, which is less than 44. 2 28s are 56, which is more than 44. So we only have 1 28 in 44. And 1 28 gives us 28. And how much have we got left over? How much more than 28 is 44? Well, again, we borrow 1 from here, so we leave 3 tens, and we take it over here. 8 from 14 gives us 6 ones, and then 2 from 3 gives us 110. So we've got 16 left over. If we divide 44 by 28, we have 1 and 16 left over. Now let's bring this, that's 16 tens, because we've divided by 44. Here we've got 44 tens. So let's bring the 1 down here. So 16 tens is 160, and now we've got 168 because we're adding these ones. How many times now does 28 go into 168? Well, let's just have a think. Let's think about what 5 28s are. Well, 5 28s are 10 28s divided by 2. 10 28s are 280, and then divided by 2, and that is 140. Oh, so we're getting quite close, aren't we? So 5 28s are 140. What about 6 28s? Well, it's 140, which is 5 28 plus another 28. And let's see, 8, and then we've got the tens, we've got 6 tens, and 168, presto. So 6 28s are exactly 168. So 6 28s, and that gives us 168, and we've got nothing left over. That's fine. So 16 28s are 448. Now we can just check that. Let's just do it by multiplication. This time I'll do it in red. So what we're saying is that 28 goes into 448 16 times, and that is to say, well, let's just write it down. 448 divided by 28 equals 16. Now let's multiply each side by 28. What we're saying is 448 divided by 28 multiplied by 28 is just 448, and because these are equal, it's being suggested that that's equal to this. We multiply that side by 28. 448 is 16 times 28. Well, let's check. 28 is 16 28s are 10 28s plus 6 28s. 10 28s are 280 plus 6 times 28. Well, we've already done it over here, haven't we? With 5 28s are 140, and then another 28 is 168, which is 168. So 280, and let's just move that underneath here like that. 168, and we just add them up. That's 8, and 8 and 6 gives us 4 ones, and 1 lots of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 448. Presto! And we get a right answer there.